Welcome to today's meditation. Find a comfortable position and let your eyes close when you're ready. Before we begin, a brief reflection on today's theme. Playful energy doesn't come from having free time or perfect conditions. It comes from choosing lightness over heaviness, curiosity over certainty, experimentation over perfection. You can bring playful energy to anything: work, relationships, problems, even difficult emotions. It doesn't mean not taking things seriously. It means not taking yourself so seriously. Today, find one place where you can lighten up, one situation where you can play instead of perform. Now, let's begin. Let's start simple. Whatever position you're in right now, see if you can find just a little more ease. Not by forcing relaxation, but by releasing the grip of trying to get this right. Your breath is already happening. You don't need to control it or improve it or make it deeper. Just notice it moving on its own. In, out. That simple rhythm has been with you since the moment you were born. Let your awareness drop into your body, not to fix anything or change anything, but just to notice what's here. Where do you feel tightness? Where do you feel space? Can you be curious about those sensations instead of trying to solve them? This is already playful energy, meeting what is with curiosity instead of control. Here's what playful energy is not. It's not clowning around when things are serious. It's not pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's not avoiding responsibility or checking out. Playful energy is more like this. When you're working on something difficult, can you bring curiosity to the challenge instead of dread? When you make a mistake, can you be interested in what happened instead of immediately beating yourself up? When someone disagrees with you, can you explore their perspective instead of defending your position? It's the difference between performing and playing. Performing means there's a right way and a wrong way. There's an audience watching. There's judgment waiting. Playing means you're experimenting. You're trying things. You're allowed to mess up because that's part of the process. Think about something you're currently stressed about. Maybe it's work. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's your health or your finances or something you need to figure out. Notice how you're holding that situation right now. Is there tension in your chest? Tightness in your jaw? a heaviness in your belly? That's the weight of performing, the weight of needing to get it right. Now ask yourself this: what if you brought playful energy to this situation? Not by ignoring it or pretending it doesn't matter, but by approaching it with curiosity instead of certainty. What would it feel like to experiment instead of needing to nail it? What would open up if you stopped performing and started playing? Playful energy doesn't mean everything becomes easy. It means you stop making everything harder by gripping so tight. Watch a child learn something new. They fall down. They get back up. They try again. Not because they're disciplined or determined, but because they're curious. They haven't learned yet that mistakes are shameful. They haven't learned yet that there's a right way and a wrong way. They're just playing with what's possible. You used to be that child. Somewhere along the way, you learned to perform, to get it right, to meet expectations, to prove yourself. And all of that might have been necessary. But it doesn't have to be the only way you move through the world. Right now, in this moment, there's nothing to perform. Nobody's grading you on how well you meditate. Nobody's watching to see if you're doing it right. Can you feel that freedom? Can you let yourself play with this instead of performing it? Notice your breath again. What happens if you bring curiosity to it? Not trying to breathe better or deeper or more mindfully, just noticing what it feels like. Cool air moving in through your nose, warm air moving out, the rise and fall of your chest or belly. There's no right way to breathe. You're just playing with awareness. Here's the invitation for today. Find one situation where you can lighten up. One place where you can stop performing and start playing. Maybe it's a conversation where you usually try to say the right thing. What if you just said what's true and stayed curious about what happens? Maybe it's a task you usually stress over. What if you approached it like an experiment instead of a test? Maybe it's a difficult emotion you're carrying. What if you got curious about it instead of trying to fix it or make it go away? Playful energy doesn't solve the problem. It changes your relationship to the problem. And sometimes that shift in relationship is what creates the opening you've been looking for. Scan through your body one more time, starting at the top of your head, moving slowly down. Your face, your jaw, your neck and shoulders, your chest, your arms and hands, your belly, your hips, your legs, your feet. Where are you still gripping? Where are you still trying to get this right? Can you release just a little? Not force relaxation, but let go of the performance. Playful energy is your natural state. Before you learned to perform, you knew how to play. This meditation is just practice in remembering, not as something you achieve, but as something you return to again and again. Start to bring your awareness back to the space around you, the sounds, the temperature, the surface beneath you. No rush. There's nowhere to get to. When you're ready, let your eyes open if they've been closed. Carry this with you, not as something you need to remember perfectly, but as something you can play with. One moment, one situation, one choice to lighten up. That's all it takes. Thank you for practicing with me today. See you next time, because meditation should be free.